This video was originally uploaded to my main channel, Ty's Hot Mess History, on Christmas Day in 2020. I'm now moving my Black entertainment and 1950s to 1970s pop culture scandal stories to this dedicated channel, Ty's Hot Mess History, Soul. You have a lot more scandalous stories like this on the way, some old and some new. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. Now, you've already seen the title of this video, so you know what we're getting into. And I want to say that the first time around when I made this video, I made it very clear that we are talking about Marvin's niece by marriage, not by blood. And you're going to see in this video that she was very young, and it creeped me out to see some of the comments of people who were defending Marvin's actions by saying that, well, she wasn't his niece by blood. So let me know, because in my family, even if it's not an uncle by blood, there was never any point in my family's history that it would have been okay for me as a teenager or at any age to have a sexual relationship with one of my uncles. That's flat out strange. And there were a lot of people defending Marvin Gaye using that as a defense in the original video. Hopefully we don't see that this time around, but we shall see. If that is an argument that you want to use to defend Marvin, go on and leave us a comment and let us know who you are so that we can, report you to the police, because I think that someone needs to have a look at your hard drive. Marvin Gaye, the soul singer we all knew and loved from Motown's glory days, was named Marvin Pence Gaye Jr. on the day he was born. He was named after his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., who ultimately killed Marvin Gaye. Today we know him as Marvin Gaye, G-A-Y-E. But when he was born, his last name was spelled G-A-Y. Like Sam Cooke, C-O-O-K-E, who was born Sam Cooke, C-O-O-K. Marvin added an E to his last name, but not for the same reason as Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke added the E to his last name to signify the new start in his life, his transition from gospel music to secular music. Marvin Gaye added the E to his last name in order to dispel any rumors about his potentially being homosexual and to distinguish himself from his father, whom he did not like at all. Well, there is a Marvin Gaye III, and that's why we're here today, to talk about who his parents are. We'll get right into it, but please, if you haven't already done so, subscribe and comment, "I subscribed," so that I can say hello to you in the comment section. Two biographies on Marvin Gaye tell of this same story. Divided Soul, The Life of Marvin Gaye, was written by Gaye's own trusted biographer, David Ritz, and Trouble Man was written by Steve Turner. At the time that Marvin Gaye III was conceived, Marvin Gaye was married to Anna Gordy. Anna Gordy is the older sister of the founder of Motown, Berry Gordy. Anna was 17 years older than Marvin Gaye. Both biographies say that Anna Gordy faked a pregnancy while she was married to Marvin Gaye, and Marvin Gaye went along with it in order to put up a front as a wholesome family for the media and Motown fans. So for years, that was the story. Well, when Marvin Gaye was being interviewed by David Ritz for his first biography, which was released in 1985, a year after Marvin Gaye was shot to death by his father, Marvin told David Ritz that his son, Marvin Gaye III, was adopted. There are reports that say that it took for the biography to be released for Marvin Gaye III to learn of his true identity. In the few years before his death, that was Marvin Gaye's story. His son went from being the biological child of his and his wife's to being adopted. But when he was pressed to answer who the biological parents were, Marvin Gaye would not say. Steve Turner revealed that information in his subsequent biography, and the mother did confirm. The real mother of Marvin Gaye III is Denise Gordy. Denise was Marvin Gaye's niece by marriage, and his wife, Anna Gordy's niece by blood. She is also Berry Gordy's niece. And I want to jump in here and add something that I did not say in the original video. She is also the mother of Bianca Lawson, which makes Marvin Gaye III Bianca Lawson's brother. And she's also the first spouse of Richard Lawson, whose second wife is Tina Knowles, who is the mother of Beyonce. So these, entertainment people, they run in very tight circles. At the time Marvin III was born, Marvin Gaye was 26 years old. His niece and the mother of his child was 15. It seems that a big motive to hide the truth all of those years was to keep Marvin from being jailed for statutory rape. If these details are hard to come to grips with, I understand. But we must also take into consideration that Marvin Gaye was openly dating the young girl who would become his second wife in the same year that Anna Gordy divorced him. Marvin Gaye was 34 years old when he started dating Janice Hunter, who would become his second wife. At the time, she was 17.
This is a sick Negro.
As far as the conception of Marvin Gaye III was concerned, it was a family affair, and everyone was on board. Anna being too old and unable to conceive, Marvin wanting a child, and Denise just wanting to give them what they wanted. Denise Gordy herself said, quote, "My aunt was unable to have children, and I had one for her. It was as simple as that." Unquote. Well, obviously now several years have passed and the deed is done. But is it as simple as that, like Denise Gordy said, in your opinion? Even if it is 100% true that this pregnancy was just some arrangement authorized by the Gordy family, does it make Marvin Gaye's decision to have sex with his teenage niece any less deplorable in your eyes? Let me know in the comments section. I'm hopping back in here for the last time. As I remember, one of the other defenses for Marvin Gaye, well, what if he used IVF, in vitro fertilization? You don't know. Well, I do know that he could not have used it at the time of this pregnancy because the first successful in vitro fertilization occurred in 1978. So if you want to use that as a defense for Marvin Gaye, you're also going to have to add that he was able to time travel. By the way, Marvin Gaye III followed in his father's footsteps. Check him out. I'll put a link to his music video called "Can't Take My Eyes Off You" in the description box. Come back and thank me later. There's another Motown story of a young girl who had to deal with a sexual abuser. She was one of the Supremes, Florence Ballard, and I've told her story here, and you can see it here. I'll also leave a link to it in the description box and in the pinned comment of this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for letting me be a part of your day.